I want your soul. The final boss made his return this past Friday on SmackDown, and it's safe to say that the road to WrestleMania 41 is getting very interesting. Everyone was speculating whether or not The Rock was even going to be involved in this year's WrestleMania, and for a while it looked like the chances of Rock being involved at Mania this year were getting very slim. But he did make his return on SmackDown this past Friday, and it looks like he is targeting Cody Rhodes once again. But not in the way we all expected. Instead of going after Cody's title, The Rock instead is after Cody's soul and wants Cody to be The Rock's champion. This segment confused a lot of people in a good way, but at the same time in a bad way. Many fans are speculating as to where this might be leading to, of course, heading into the Elimination Chamber next Saturday, not to mention where this leads to when it comes to the build for WrestleMania 41. Is Cody Rhodes actually going to turn heel? Does The Rock have a backup plan if Cody Rhodes rejects his offer? Let's talk about it. I'm yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, and this is the real meaning behind that Rock and Cody Rhodes segment that took place this past Friday on SmackDown. Before we get into all this craziness, please make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestle Havoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the friggin' referee would say, ring that damn bell for more notifications. Now, WWE on Thursday announced that The Rock was going to be returning on SmackDown the next day. And from then on, the speculation of what possibly could happen began. It was something that came out of left field. The Rock being announced on a random episode of SmackDown, a SmackDown that as of right now is struggling from a creative standpoint, but that's another topic for another time. We all know what took place on the Raw debut on Netflix when it came to The Rock. The Rock came out and cut a normal Raw corporate speech about the success of the WWE, and he ended up thanking Cody Rhodes, the same Cody Rhodes for whom The Rock made his life a living hell. From the moment Dwayne thanked Cody, lots of fans, including myself, scratched our heads considering everything that we have seen this past year has been rendered absolutely useless. But that didn't stop fans from speculating as to what The Rock might do this year at WrestleMania. The dirt sheets are running rampant about The Rock's status for Las Vegas, considering that he has a very busy movie schedule. And that, of course, comes first if you are The Rock. He's literally the biggest star in Hollywood. But I was always at the belief that the only people that know about The Rock's status are Triple H, Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel, and of course, The Rock himself. Do you honestly believe that they were going to leak that confidential information? Must be out of your goddamn mind. And I talked about it on my Raw and Netflix video. So what did happen in this segment between Cody Rhodes and The Rock? Let's talk about it. Of course, SmackDown began with Nick Aldis approaching Cody Rhodes and stating that he was pulled from the 6-man match that he was scheduled to be in. And it was a direct order by the final boss himself, The Rock. And he wanted to see Cody in the ring later on the show. Of course, The Rock made his entrance, and it was a very long entrance per se. And he made the official announcement that next year WrestleMania 42 will be taking place at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. This will be the third time that WrestleMania will be taking place in the city of New Orleans, with the first being WrestleMania 30 back in 2014, and the second being WrestleMania 34 back in 2018. It was also the home of this year's Super Bowl. Go Birds, by the way. The Rock throughout this announcement was flipping back and forth from corporate Rock to final boss Rock, which was good to see. But now let's get into the nitty-gritty of this segment. The Rock proceeds to call out Cody Rhodes, who again, The Rock made his life a living hell throughout the build of last year's WrestleMania, and revealed that after WrestleMania last year, they became good friends. He even joked about both of their mothers becoming good friends, and he even showed a photo of both of them next to each other after WrestleMania last year. He mentions that he's at the head of the board of TKO, and mentions that Cody Rhodes has been a great champion and has been putting WWE on his back throughout this past year. But he wants Cody to be The Rock's champion. Then The Rock proceeds to bring up the fact that he returned to WWE last year and he wanted to face Roman Reigns, even though Cody won the Royal Rumble. And Cody refused, stood up to The Rock, and even slapped The Rock. No one does that to the final boss. And that is why he wants Cody to be his champion, The Rock's champion. He continued on and stated that he will make every one of his dreams and desires come true. But he doesn't need an answer right now. He needs an answer by the Elimination Chamber. And here was the real kicker. The Rock stated that all he wants is that, all while pointing at Cody's title. But it's not the title that The Rock wants, it's Cody's soul. Now, after that quote, there are a lot of theories as to where this could lead to, and we are going to talk about all of those possibilities in this video. Now, let's get this out of the way first. The reaction to this promo was very split down the middle. One portion of the audience loved it, and the other portion of the audience were left confused and absolutely hated it. I'm one of those people that were a little confused, but I didn't hate it. If anything, I was more intrigued as to what I was watching. It kept me guessing, and that, my friends, is a good thing. And that is something that WWE wants you to feel. I'm a person that has the mentality of, hey, let this storyline play out. Because you may think the storyline is going one way, but WWE's mentality is taking a storyline and shifting it to somewhere that is completely unexpected. Now let's start with Cody Rhodes. Many fans on social media have been speculating on whether or not this could be the groundwork that WWE lays for a potential Cody Rhodes heel turn. Cody going full Homelander could very well be the possibility if he ends up joining The Rock and becomes The Rock's champion. And WWE has been doing small teases of that throughout the past couple of weeks. Basically what's going on is Cody Rhodes' world is starting to crumble around him. But I have to ask this question. Is Cody turning heel right now the smartest move? Because last time I checked, the fans still love Cody Rhodes. Don't get me wrong, heel Cody Rhodes would be an awesome character that WWE could explore. I mean, have you seen this man as a heel when he was a part of the Bullet Club? This guy was a freaking menace. But even though I would love to see a Cody Rhodes heel turn, I'm at the belief that it's just way too early for that. And I say that because Cody Rhodes just became the champion almost a year ago, and he has drawn money for WWE, and that shows no signs of slowing down. The fans still love Cody, but the decision of him turning heel right now, to me, is a bad move on WWE's end. That would be the equivalent of turning Steve Austin heel at WrestleMania 17. It was a bad move then, and people to this day even think that was a bad move, simply because of the fact that Austin was still at the height of his popularity. Not to mention they turned him heel in his hometown, which made no sense. The similarities are there. Also, you need to take into consideration that a Cody versus Rock match could very well still be in the playbook, and there is money to be made with that feud. I'm actually at the belief that we could still be possibly getting that match. But at WrestleMania, I hardly doubt it. Now, the biggest question that we need to ask ourselves is, what if Cody rejects the offer from The Rock? Because that is something that could very well happen. And if it does happen, what the hell is The Rock gonna do? Because if he asks Cody to be his champion and says no, who will step up to the plate and join The Rock? You can call this The Rock's backup plan or plan B. Yes, I said it. Think about this. All of what's going on is happening at the Elimination Chamber, which is taking place next Saturday in Toronto. We have a full Elimination Chamber match lineup, and the winner will face Cody Rhodes for the WWE title at WrestleMania. The men that are involved in this match are John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, and Seth Rollins. Out of all of those 6 men, there are only 2 guys that stand out in this match, and those 2 men are John Cena and CM Punk. Now, what am I implying at? What I'm saying is that one of these 2 men could 100% turn heel and join The Rock. Let's start with John Cena. Of course, John Cena is currently in his retirement tour. John Cena is a man that has only been a heel once in his career, and that was back in 2003. This is when he was just getting his feet wet in the WWE. After this guy became the man, WWE did not fathom the idea of John Cena turning heel. We were close to getting a John Cena heel turn back in 2012. That was, of course, after the first Rock and Cena match at WrestleMania 28, but it ended up not happening. Now, why have Cena turn heel now? Well, for starters, seeing a heel version of John Cena in 2025 would go crazy, and it would possibly be the best work of his career. Not to mention, some of the things that he stated at the Royal Rumble press conference did not sound very John Cena-esque. I don't even want to say it sounded heelish, but it did sound very quote-unquote entitled and a little bit egotistical. But you can justify it with the fact that it's freaking John Cena. He doesn't need to ask anybody. If he wants something, he'll get it. Now, when it comes to this quote-unquote possible heel turn, there's only one caveat, and that's the fact that John Cena is currently in his last full-time year as a wrestler. That means that after this year is over, John Cena will officially hang up the boots and it will be all over. This guy will never wrestle again. Also, John Cena going after his 17th World Championship this year is a given, and I do believe he will win a World Championship this year. But do you really think him winning his 17th World Championship as a heel makes the most sense? I really don't think so. But I will say this, the thought of John Cena turning heel and joining The Rock would be a surreal thing to see. And it would be something that I'd be down for, but realistically, from a storyline perspective, I don't think it would make the most sense. But who knows, crazier things have happened. But now that John Cena is out of the way, that only leads to one man, and that man is the Second City Saint. Of course, I am talking about the best in the world, CM Punk. Punk potentially turning heel and joining The Rock 100% is something that makes the most sense when it comes to this whole scenario. One of my predictions that I made this year was A, Punk was going to win a world championship, and B, Punk is going to be a heel. There are literally a bunch of stories that are aligning with one another. Stories like the favor that Punk asked from Paul Heyman when he joined Roman Reigns during War Games. Could that play a factor in CM Punk potentially joining The Rock? Now, on paper, you would think Punk joining The Rock, the same Rock that took his WrestleMania main event spot back in 2013? Does that even make sense? And these are very reasonable questions to ask. But you had to have this thought in your head. From the moment Punk came back to WWE, the one quote that Punk has frequently stated in many of his segments was, "I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money." If anything, there are many fans that still believe that Punk is a quote-unquote hypocrite for returning to WWE, considering it was his only option after he got fired from AEW. Granted, Punk wanted to get fired regardless, because he was just sick and tired of that fucking place. But I digress. WWE, ever since Punk returned to the company, has incorporated the idea of Punk being a quote-unquote hypocrite in storyline. You got guys like Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre absolutely hating Punk's guts. Not to mention you had CM Punk telling Cody Rhodes that, "I'm not going to stab you in the back, I'm going to stab you in the front." Could all of these things culminate into Punk winning the Elimination Chamber, facing Cody Rhodes at Mania, beating him for the world title, and in the process turning heel and joining TheRock as his champion? Punk sells out completely and turns on the fans and goes corporate on everybody's ass. Because at the end of the day, he's not here to make friends, he's here to make money. That is something that I actually really want to see. Because ever since Punk returned to wrestling back in 2021, we've all been clamoring for a Punk heel turn. The fact that AEW never turned this man heel when they had the chance baffles me. Now we could possibly see it in WWE in 2025. Think about the feuds that we could be getting with CM Punk as a heel. We could be getting CM Punk versus John Cena. CM Punk as a heel versus a babyface Cody Rhodes is just a given. Not to mention that Punk versus Roman Reigns match that everybody's wanted to see. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Punk and Cena are the two key players in my eyes when it comes to TheRock and Cody Rhodes. A Cody Rhodes heel turn is something that I definitely want to see. But at the moment right now, it just does not make sense. Simply because of the fact that Cody Rhodes is a draw and he's a box office attraction. People pay to see Cody Rhodes. And the fans love Cody Rhodes, and there's no reason to turn him heel. If Cody Rhodes was getting stale at the moment, I'd see that happening. But as of right now, that is not the case. There is money to be made with a heel CM Punk and a heel John Cena. The question is, who is going to be the one that turns heel? Because I will be making the bold prediction that Cody Rhodes will not be joining TheRock. TheRock will be having a backup plan, and the backup plan falls in the hands of CM Punk and John Cena. But overall, this segment in my eyes really has me guessing on what could possibly happen. And at the end of the day, that is a good thing because it keeps WrestleMania fresh and it bumps up the excitement. And that is what WrestleMania needs. But that was my thoughts on TheRock and Cody Rhodes segment. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, push that bell for notifications. I mean, look out for more videos right here on the Wrestle Havoc channel in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the friggin' referee would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications. And as always, it is yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, signing out. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.